When CM Punk returned to professional wrestling and made his debut in AEW, he instantly became the biggest superstar in that promotion. It's not even a question, to be honest with you. CM Punk is hands down the hottest act in AEW. On the other hand, Roman Reigns is the biggest superstar in the WWE right now. It's been like that for about 5 years now, and it's even more evident since turning heel in 2020. Roman Reigns is basically the WWE. He's the most important figure, and he main events every pay-per-view and has the biggest programs on each show. This begs the important question: who is the bigger star right now in wrestling? Is it CM Punk or is it Roman Reigns? On a recent podcast, Jim Cornette actually said that CM Punk was the bigger star between the two, and then Roman Reigns even took a shot at CM Punk by tweeting that he's the real needle-moving draw that helped SmackDown surpass 2 million viewers last week. Because of all this talk, I thought it would be a fun video to analyze which wrestler is the bigger star right now, and we're going to make a case for both CM Punk and Roman Reigns, and I will give you my final verdict at the end of the video. Without further ado, let's jump right into it. We're going to make the case for CM Punk first because his return is still fresh. Before CM Punk left WWE, he was one of their top stars. From 2011 through 2013, CM Punk was at the prime of his career. Regardless of what WWE thought, he was the bigger star than John Cena in 2011 and probably 2012. WWE never made him the #1 guy because he probably organically got over with the audience, which is something that Vince McMahon does not like. It's bizarre that they have that mindset, but it does happen. The same thing happened to Jeff Hardy when he was the hottest thing in 2009. Anyways, CM Punk was big. He was doing huge numbers. His merchandise was always out of stock. CM Punk's run was so impressive because he brought back a generation of wrestling fans. People really started watching again because of one man. CM Punk had true star power. Unfortunately, he left in the prime of his career because of his mistreatment from the WWE and their doctors. If he stayed, he could have possibly died because of his injuries that they were not treating him with well enough. Outside of that, his mental health was also deteriorating. It was time for him to leave despite being one of the biggest stars at the time, and so CM Punk left, and it sucked. WWE felt very weird without CM Punk. His last moment in the company was being eliminated from the Royal Rumble by Kane. It was not anything to be too proud of. When he first left, people were constantly chanting his name, hoping that he would come back, but that was not the case. It would happen for a few months before fans would finally give up. The occasional CM Punk chants would make some appearances, especially at the Chicago shows, but it was fading away. I still find it impressive that people were still chanting for him years after he left. After 7 long years, he finally came back to professional wrestling, and this obviously was not with the WWE. CM Punk would make his debut with AEW last week on Rampage. CM Punk's rumored, this was a rumor at the time, it was a rumor debut, not even officially announced, managed to sell out the United Center. It was the largest crowd that AEW has ever had. The debut also attracted an additional 400,000 new viewers to watch Rampage on cable, making it a complete success. That is a huge jump. More importantly is the YouTube views. CM Punk's debut was posted on AEW's channel and it generated over 7 million viewers. I say this is more important because it shows the true interest in CM Punk. It's pretty difficult to get fans to watch a show on a Friday night at 10 p.m., especially when you consider that cable is not what it used to be. I think it's very clear that nearly 10 million people wanted to see CM Punk. After his AEW Rampage debut, AEW also announced that he would appear on Dynamite this week. That show had a 20% increase in its viewership from the prior week. CM Punk is clearly popular enough to attract around 300,000 viewers, but does that make him the bigger star than Roman Reigns? While CM Punk spent the last 7 years away from professional wrestling, Roman Reigns would continue to grow as Vince McMahon made it his mission to become the biggest star for the WWE to take the mantle away from John Cena. Roman Reigns instantly main evented WrestleMania the year after he split from his former faction in 2015. Reigns and Brock Lesnar put on a classic match that would be the beginning of the Young Stars push. After that, he would start a very long program with Triple H and Vince McMahon throughout 2015 and 2016 that ultimately ended with another main event match at WrestleMania 32 with Roman Reigns defeating Triple H. The next year after that, Roman Reigns was back in the main event picture, but this time around it was with The Undertaker, where he would actually defeat the Dead Man to become the second person to beat him at WrestleMania. Roman Reigns did not stop there, no. WrestleMania 34 was just around the corner, and that is where he main evented yet again another Mania with Brock Lesnar for the second time. Things slowly shifted away for a bit because Roman Reigns was diagnosed with leukemia, but he recovered quickly to make a grand return at WrestleMania 35. This match was not too special. It was against Drew McIntyre. It was more about the big dog coming back to WWE in such a short time to show off his resilience. Fast forward to WrestleMania 37, and that was where he was back in the main event scene of WrestleMania, and Daniel Bryan and Edge were unfortunately the two who had to suffer a loss by the hands of the Tribal Chief. I think it's safe to say that ever since turning heel, Roman Reigns has been carrying the entire wrestling industry for the last 365 days. This new version of Roman Reigns is producing the best work in the wrestling scene, and it's not even close. Being the cornerstone of the biggest wrestling promotion in the world does help a lot with star power. When you think of WWE nowadays, John Cena and Roman Reigns are the two names that typically pop up. I also think that Roman Reigns is only going to become a bigger star after this new program with Brock Lesnar. And then after that, he is going to be involved in the biggest storyline of his career when he eventually wrestles his cousin, The Rock. Putting a Hollywood star like Dwayne Johnson in an important WrestleMania main event with Roman Reigns is going to rub off a lot of star power. And you also have to consider that this year's SummerSlam was the most watched SummerSlam of all time, and that was headlined by none other than John Cena and Roman Reigns. Is all of the work that Vince McMahon put into Roman Reigns enough to make the claim that he is the biggest star in the business today? And now we are at the end of the video, and I need to make my official take. Who is the bigger star, CM Punk or Roman Reigns? I'm gonna have to go with Roman Reigns. This might upset some people, but I think it's the stone cold truth. Roman Reigns has been involved in way too many WrestleMania main events with too many legends. It also helps that he's the top guy for the bigger company that has more of a legacy, and a lot more people know about WWE versus AEW. The WWE reaches numbers that AEW isn't even close to. I know that it feels like CM Punk is the bigger star right now because his return is still relatively fresh, but that will eventually fade away in a few months. He's still going to be a big star in wrestling, but he's not going to be bigger than Roman Reigns. I guess the best way to put it is that Roman Reigns is professional wrestling right now, the same way that Hogan was professional wrestling in the 80s, Stone Cold was professional wrestling in the 90s, and Cena was professional wrestling in the last 15 years. Anyways, that is it for the video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, please make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. Let me know who you think is the bigger star in the comments below. And on the screen right now are some other videos that you should check out if you have some free time. So go ahead and click one of them. I will see you all in the next video.